is to take those bits and just lay them on here, and that will just, and then we're going to glue that down afterwards. So right now I want to get some definition. See how it's immediately starting to release its dye, and I don't want that on my fish because I want my fish to be different colour. You'll also notice I haven't put any glue on here because that means then I can paint it straight away. So if we see there's see how it comes out. So there is the tail. So let's go with the tail. Let's not cover up the tail completely. I know I've covered up the fins here, but that's okay. We can work with that. So we're going to bring that in there. See, this is where it's so good to draw it beforehand. And those will all be tucked under or cut off, and we can reuse it. We don't want to waste anything. Totally against waste. Huh? That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. So there we go, around there. I'm also gonna, you will have remembered I've shown you those pictures of artists who have created these mammoth pieces of work, which are just stunning, absolutely stunning. And they have a very important message attached to them. The message being, you know, we need to stop wasting, we need to stop thinking that we're the only ones on this planet. Art is a very difficult one in that respect, and it brings about a lot of questions. We use a lot of materials in art, and there can be a lot of waste involved, and it is something that artists of now are thinking about, how to come around that, how to make sure that you don't waste anything. I don't think there's anything different there than years gone by, because artists hate wasting their paints and things, but it just also means that you've got to be extra careful of your paintbrushes and stuff, and think about it when you're at school, about making sure that you're the one who says to your teacher, yeah, I'll clean the brushes, and clean them really well. If you have school oil pastels or pastels, if you're lucky to have pastels and oil pastels, be the one to say, I'll put them back in the box properly. I'll be the one to make sure that they keep their papers on so that they all stay together. Just be the one to be the real environmentally conscientious artist. And when I say conscientious, that just means that you're aware. All right, I'm not trying to use big words to be nasty. I'm just using big words to say, let's work on vocabulary today. It's always a vocabulary day. Always a vocabulary day. So I'm just now working around. I don't want it perfectly flat. I want some texture. I want some movement around my little fish, because my fish is living its best life and off in the ocean or the sea, and it's not trying to eat rubbish. It's trying to live a good life. Aren't you, fish? Yeah, I'm trying to live my best life. Right, he's living his best life. Okay, so there we have the beginning of the structure, and if I tuck that around, we'll get to see whether or not I've made any mistakes. Yep, I made a mistake right there. I've missed a piece. So I'm going to tear off a bit here and pop that down there, and that will create a little bit more structure, a bit more texture. Now, I have